Hey guys, this is Michael Gatewood, and I want to do a review of a photographer that I've seen on the internet called Terry Campbell, and I really like his work. And I'll be reviewing different artists as we go through all these different programs I'm creating on trying to find the best people in the field and taking a look at their work and critiquing, of course, and observing and giving props out for what I consider to be awesome. The one thing I want to do is improve my skills, and of course I'll be asking for interviews and to get their feedback and to get their tricks and tips to be able to add to my skill set, but to also help you to add to your skill set. So what I'd like to do is review a few of the images, critique those, and talk about those, and talk about why I feel that the quality of these images are fantastic and why I feel like this gentleman is top of his game. But let's go over here to share the screen, and when we share the screen, let's go in here and let's take a look at some of the work. Now, Terry's bio is letting us know that he's a food photographer and good with lighting, and that's fine and dandy, but there's other things that has to be put into play here. First of all, composition is fantastic, and the choice of the tabletops and flatware and all are just outstanding. And I see his credentials, and of course I see he's working with some great people. But let's go ahead and start reviewing some of his food and drink images. And without a doubt, this hamburger is fantastic. In fact, I see this cutting board with the strokes the knife cuts in, the cutting board itself, and the fact that this hamburger is just incredibly juicy. And of course, the items are coming out of the bun, and the mushrooms and the cheese. But what I like is that he says, you know what? I want some sauce dripping here. And I want the beer to be half down. And like we're about ready to order another one. And I love the way this handle looks, and the light source from outside is coming in, and it feels natural to me. It feels like a great shot. And the hamburger, without a doubt, it has been put together properly. It looks flawless. Let's go in here and let's take a look at a couple other options. We also have in here some cookies, and let me tell you something about these cookies. They do look delicious, and there's no question that I think they look fantastic. I like the crumbs. I like the cutting board. I like the half-bitten cookie, and it's not this perfect crescent coming out. It's different. It's a good angle. Um, I see the same things over and over again. I do the same things over again, and I need to stop doing it. I need to start creating a more random pattern, and this is exactly what Terry looks like he's doing, and it looks fantastic. Again, the lighting feels natural. I'm not sure if it's all studio, but it feels natural. There's no question about it. The only thing I could see is this needs to be creamier. It feels a little watered down, but the color grouping that he's pulled together, the color of the cup and the chocolate, all just seem to run hand in hand. I like the frothing that's happening on the edge, and the depth of field. There's no question I know where the focal point is. It looks good. Bandwidth in the evening. Come on, baby. You can do it. All right, fresh out of the oven, the tissue paper, the aged tissue paper, the spices over here, the oil, the tabletop, the herbs, the old spatula. Looks good. This is a good grouping. I love the fact that pans beat to heck and back. One thing I can guarantee you, I've got pans like that. All right, this feels half-eaten. And I love the fact that he's not afraid of that. That the burlap placemat, and the water and the water glass half empty, and the bucket, the old bucket. This looks good. This looks good. It's a good shot. It's definitely well thought out. I love the focal point of the roasted chicken or quail. The honey glaze that's over the top, the baby carrots that are dropped in with the top still on. Again, the depth of field, the pewter plate looks fantastic. And again, beautiful wooden tabletop. The lighting, strong, maybe strobe, but it is pretty. Pretty light. Getting into the next shot. All right, now I don't know if the depth of field was done in Photoshop, but I got to tell you, this is a beautiful shot. Liquor, glass, always tough to get the amber look. Very important. The huge out of focus glass put right over here. Fantastic idea. The window light, pretty, and the bokeh that's happening back here is fantastic. The little globes of light. Getting in here, this flatware, beautiful. I love the texture. I love the texture of the wood. Now this feels photoshopped. This split depth of field. But that's okay. The focus and the focal point takes me right to the imprint on the spoon. Fantastic. Antique looking. Beautiful. If you can shoot a spoon, you can shoot food. Now, I would really like to talk with Terry about this shot, this one of on the grill. The smoke may or may not be there. The glow underneath the grate, I don't know. I don't know. Looks good. There's no question it's commercial. Okay, and I got to tell you, nice shot of a drink. I like the fact that he's down half a, it's not a full, it's not filled to the rim. It's down about halfway. I love the little droplet that's happening here. It's a good shot. Shooting meat. It's tough. Beautiful bark in here. Depth of field. I don't know about the plate. The plate feels like grandma's plate, but there again, that's a small critique. The wine glass out of focus seems to be a signature of his. I like it though. It just brings the focal point directly to the piece of meat, the prime rib, I believe. It looks fantastic. And again, maybe some more garnish here, but beautiful. Salt and pepper right here. Fantastic. Good collection. Good composition. Drawing my eye directly where you want it, to the entree. Never can tell. Could be milk, could be Elmer's glue. Hope it's milk. I love when people don't use fake items. I like the blueberries. I love the cornflakes, the almonds. I've seen that spoon before, but I guarantee you one thing. I love the way he's put the fabric in there, the wave that fabric. It's not perfectly flat. That I like. I'm inspired. I can't get a handle on the filter that's being used because this blueberry has a wave to it. The colors are saturated. Typical of a fruit shot and stuff that I've done in the past to oversaturate. But composition-wise, I could see why clients would like it. It's a stellar shot of strawberries and blueberries. Typical plexiglass, drizzle, caramel. This could also be honey. Not one of my favorites. I've seen it plenty of times before, but definitely something that you have to be able to do as a food photographer. The way it's been lit, comfortable, nice, translucent. You know what? Potatoes and chicken with a little bit of cheese on top. What I like is the composition going from the bowl to the napkin, to the glasses in the background, the morning light coming in from that window or evening light. Almost maybe too bright for this subject. This might need to be a hardy or fall kind of shot, because this looks like fall food for me, and definitely I could see him doing it. Terry, yeah, it's a good shot though. Good shot. Typical KFC stuff. And granted, although the chicken has the perfect grill marks, almost to the point of too much perfection, but I tell you, I love the color palette. I love the napkins and the wood, and great job on the fries. I mean, the potato wedges look fantastic. You know you've got to be asked to shoot it in the carton and make it look good, and you know he did. He made it appetizing. The coleslaw on the sides and the biscuits, going with the roast or the original recipe. Looks good. Good Coke shot. A little bit of vegetable glycerin to probably get the beads of sweat on the glass. Good ability to capture logo in here. Looks good. Love the bent cap. The last little swig left in the bottle. Great wood. Great tabletop. Fantastic. One of the better shots of blueberries and blackberries, without a doubt, and the baked meringue. The depth of field is fantastic. This is a warmer fall shot. The same kind of lighting I would have liked to have seen with the potatoes and the chicken. More hearty, feels fall-like. Not as bright. It doesn't feel like morning light. It's a great shot. Shooting bottles. Tough gig. I don't like this little light in here, but other than that, I gotta tell you, it looks good. It's a really good shot. Great shot of the beverage and all the things involved in that. The ice is impeccable, which is telling me it may not be real ice. And the fact that they put nails in this shot just feels like it's after work. The put a lens flare in there was gutsy. And it looks good. To shoot raw meat is one of the toughest kinds of shots I can think of. The fact that the salt is floating in the air as if you're salting it is fantastic, and a stroke of genius. The background, fantastic. The texture looks great. And the greenish plate with the red contrast to the meat itself is really good. Again, we're getting very much into a breakfast style shot for rice and chicken. I don't know, almost too bright and shiny, but I gotta tell you, it looks appetizing. And I gotta tell you, with the iced tea in the background and the bread, makes you want to dive in. One of my least favorite shots. Too much like a Corona shot. Maybe that's what the client wanted. They said, look, we love the way the Corona shots look. Will you give us this in a lemon lime or beverage or whatever with a fish taco? Maybe I live at the beach. Maybe it looks too studio in the background. Least favorite, but you know what? Still, I mean, attractive. You know, I would have thought rule of thirds, but then in thinking about this, breaking the rules, not a problem. Good focal point, out of focus in the background of the bowl of pasta, and definitely makes you want to dive right in, and definitely a different take on shooting straight down on food. Nice. Good light source. Good texture. I love the I love the texture of the wood and the crumbs. And it looks fantastic. It makes you want to dive in on a chicken sandwich with a salad and flatbread. I gotta tell you, delicious looking. I love the lighting. I love the natural look. And now I photograph at farmers markets, and you've inspired me. Bring the props, go to the farmers market, shoot until they kick me out. This is beautiful, beautiful natural photography of these mushrooms, these onions, and the herbs, and definitely the lighting, which feels hearty and fall-like. Fresh out of the oven, right out of the stovetop. Man, that looks fantastic. Again, good wooden texture. The food definitely has a sizzle feel to it, and the cast iron is just a beautiful complement and gorgeous part of the shot. Looks good, and looks like the garnishes were put in right at the last minute, but some of the other food definitely has caramelized. It looks good. Food stylist at hand, it looks like. Beautiful shot of pizza with one taken out, and of course the flour that's been dropped in, or corn flour. Again, the texture of the tabletop has definitely been thought out with the cuts and the shrinkage and the areas where it just looks like it's been pulled apart a bit. It's a great shot. Beautiful pizza. Without a doubt, the best cheesecake shot I've ever seen. No, I mean, I've photographed cheesecake a few times, and mine looks nothing like this. The angle, the back angle, the chocolate drizzled over the top, the fact that they used graham crackers to stack it and change its angle. It's just, you know what? I'm ashamed of how my cheesecake looks compared to this, and I am so going to up my game when it comes to this. I will not forget this shot. Awesome. And back at you with food. I've gone through this site. He's got some great stuff with travel from Paris and Spain, and some stuff of India, and some high dynamic range. Very interesting stuff. And it looks good. It's exciting. But we're here for food and drink, and without a doubt, just absolutely awesome. I'm going to close this window now, and I got to tell you something. It's been a pleasure to review these images. We're going to be doing a lot of these hangouts, and we're going to be establishing some interviews and talking with some people. The logistics we have to work out. But I got to tell you, I was really thrilled with what I was seeing on the website. I liked the review, and it's definitely a pleasure taking a look at high-end work. And we're going to be doing a lot of food photography in general. And of course, I continue on with my Adobe, well, Photoshop and InDesign, and how to work in those different programs. But we're also going to be looking at the artists that are creating these beautiful works of art. My name is Michael Gatewood. Don't forget to like us. Don't forget to subscribe. And give us an idea of things you'd like to see, and we'll try to make it happen. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. My name is Michael. Bye.